Hello, hello. Hello, thank you. Okay, 1 minute. Okay. So NQ, I don't have data of NQ. Let's see US 30. Right now, yesterday I was waiting for price to break this high, but it just swept the liquidity. So yesterday I also told that if price breaks this low, then probably it will look for, it will go to the downside. So for today, I think if you go to 30 minutes, we can see price have swept the previous liquidity yesterday and gave us a new break of structure, creating new high. And we have this imbalance here. If you go to 50 minutes, we have this order book where we can look for a buy side entry. And price can take a resistance like here, a trend line liquidity is forming, and there is a small order block. If price gives us change of order, then we can also use this for our entry. We want a reaction from this area. Price should sweep these lows and then it should break structure. That's when we will try to enter. We will not enter directly. If you look at 5 minutes, we can see price created new high, gave us a change of character. So price have tapped this order block and now it will take out this low. So price will sweep this order block and maybe then we can expect a bullish move. On gold, I have same view, which is this one. And there is this order block where we can look for an entry, but we want price to give us a change of character. Entry after change of character, stop loss below this low. Entry here, stop loss below this low. And the next I will be able to take profit. Please hit the like button. Hello, hello. Yesterday, sorry, in the morning, I sent the signal on the group where price took out the low, created new high, and the overall structure was going to the upside. So there's this sort of block. We go to lower time frame. So this was nice move to the upside. Yesterday also gave this trade on USD CAD. Price gave us a Quasimodo pattern, gave us a break of structure. We had this imbalance. Tapped, gave us change of pattern, and price started to go down. Also, yesterday I gave this also GBP AUD. Price created this perfect trend line. Every structure was mitigated. Price booked the structure, tapped the order block, and started to go down. Let's look on gold. On 1 minute, price have tapped this order block, which took out the previous low. There is this order block, and now it will take all this liquidity. It's going to the downside. So this will be mitigated. If you have any questions, you can ask in the comment. Hello, hello. Let's look at BTC. Uh, BTC reacted from this yesterday's order block, gave us a structure break, but price have tapped this bearish order block over here, and now it's going to the downside. But again, we have this trend line liquidity here. This candle also flipped the liquidity, but now it has been mitigated. So we can expect a bearish move on BTC. I think price will take out this low. Whole buying in euro cash. Good one, bro. Good one. USD JPY, I think it should continue to downside because price whipped out this previous lows, previous highs, created a high, which took out, which broke the structure to the downside, creating this higher lows, lower lows, and now if price breaks this low, then we can expect a bearish move. Right now, I think like it has created this equal lows, but if you look at 30 minutes, we can see there is slight imbalance here. and price is reacting from this order block. So if this continues, it can continue. But if you want to look for a trade to the downside in the overall direction, we want price to break the structure. So it will be confirmed now that it's going to the downside. So if you look at 4 hour, we can see overall trend is going to the downside. So it should continue. Today there are no setups like on gold we have this order block and this. On CAT JPY we have one setup, which is this one. Price broke the structure, created this equal lows. Price swept the liquidity, creating this imbalance. If we go to 30 minutes, we can see this wick took out the previous low. So this will be your order block. 5 minute structure. But right now it's rejecting from this order block. So we want price to break this previous high. And then we can consider this as our order block. Right now it's rejecting from this order block. So this is bearish order block. If you go to 4 hour, we can see it's creating a lower high over here. Lower high, lower low, break of structure, lower low. So it can continue downside. So we want price to give us a change of pattern. Then only we will consider this as buying zone. Till then we can expect price. If you look at for 1 hour, this is the order block where price can react. So this is a quasi mode of pattern. Trend line liquidity. We can enter at this order block, stop loss below this low. Next I will be a target. So this is perfect setup. This is risky over here. If price breaks this high, then we can consider this. Then only we can consider this as our order block. If you look at daily time frame, CAT GPI overall structure, like the trend is still to the upside. And now we want to catch this trade. If we draw the Fibonacci, we can see we are at 50% area. And if we draw from here, we are on golden ratio. So we can expect a bullish move from here. And just by watching at this candle, we can see price have already swept the liquidity. On Euro GBP, there is imbalance. So the overall structure is going to the upside. So here, price have already mitigated this order block. It's continuing to the upside. We have this bearish engulfing on daily. If you go to 4 hour, again there is inducement. and price broke the structure which gave us inducement. So we can consider buy side trade. Remove this. On 5 minutes, everything over here is mitigated. Let's look at. Okay, so this has been mitigated. The structure has been mitigated. Okay, we have this order block on Euro GBP. Structure break to the upside, creating this trend line liquidity. Break of structure. Next high, target. Again, we have this higher time frame target. So we can look for a buy side trade over here. Entry stop loss below this low. Target our next high was so 1:4. Everything over here has been mitigated. So if this breaks, then probably price will take out this low. Here, this imbalance is also fulfilled. So there is no point in price rejecting from any of this area. We have only this area where we can look for buy side trade. And if this fails, then probably it will be a change of pattern from this around this POI. NAS 100 is also going to the upside. Here, this is the inducement candle. 4 hour. Price created this high. Price rejected from this order block. And so right here, price rejected, like fulfilled this imbalance and gave us a break of structure. Price have already tapped this area here. So we want price to break this previous highs. So we can look for buy side trade because price have already tapped this area. So there is no point entering here. And we want price to create new structure. Right now, still market has to open, so more liquidity will come. You can look probably a change of fighter over here. If price breaks this previous low, then you can look for a change of fighter. So there is no setup on NAS 100. So on Euro AUD, we have the sell side setup. 4 hour trend line liquidity. So price have already tapped this area, gave us a change of pattern. Like internal structure is going to downside. Overall higher time frame is going to the upside, but the internal structure 4 hour, go to 30 minutes, we can see price swept out all this liquidity. This high took out, and price gave us a break of structure in this previous direction, like here, and still it's continuing to downside. So we want price to break the structure. Then we can look for a continuation entry. Please hit the like button. If you have any questions, you can ask in the comment section. Also, hit the like button. So on DXY, Yesterday I told that if price breaks this, then it should continue, and it did exactly the same. So here, structure break, order block I tap, creating this trend line liquidity. But the structure on 1 minute is still going to downside. Here we can expect a pullback. Like price can pull back, and again it should continue to downside. So here we have this rejection. Do you have Telegram group? Yeah, I have Telegram group, but I don't use that often. This is the group, Telegram group. I have pinned in the comment section. Also hit the like button. Oh, sorry, sorry. On US oil, like on crude oil, we can expect a bullish move here. BTC USD. Okay, 1 minute. Huh? Let's see BTC USD. So if we look at BTC on lower higher time frame on 8 hours, we can see price have fulfilled this imbalance and gave us a nice reaction to the upside. And price have mitigated this low. And this huge candle, we have this order block, which gave this breakout structure and mitigated this order block. But the overall internal structure is still going to the upside. But right here, we have imbalance on BTC. Price have created this trend line liquidity. But if this zone fails, then we can use this as our entry. And then price should continue to the upside. But this high should be broken first. Stop loss below this low. And this is a trend line liquidity, so you want to keep stop loss bigger. So even if price sweep this lows, it should cover this and target the next liquidity. So this first high, second target below 1:7, something like this. So our higher time frame is aligning with our lower time frame. around 1 is to 10, it should continue. But we want price to break the structure first, because if this structure does not break, then probably price will sweep everything. So on gold, price is creating this trend line liquidity. So this is trend line liquidity. Price will sweep this liquidity and then it will continue. That's when the second leg starts. We will try to enter. So when price return to order block, most of the time it creates opposite direction order flow, including FPGs. Which order block? Please hit the like button. On gold, the thing is, here we have this low, and this is this breaker block. This is the actual breaker block which took out the liquidity from this previous lows. So price should only tap this area, and then it should continue. I think so. But the problem is in this case, there is no structure in this between this leg. Like there is nothing, no structure. So in this case, we want price to give us a change of order or at least pattern like this. Like for example, we have this trend line equity. So it should sweep this liquidity and then it should continue. This is where we will look for entry on this retest. On US 30, if you look at 30 minutes, we can see there is also this previous order block where price have tapped. Price have tapped. So if this zone fails, then probably price will continue in the higher time frame direction, which is it's going to the downside. So what we have to do is we have to like until unless our internal structure is going to the upside, we will look for buy side trades. But if this inducement is broken, like we consider this as strong low. But if strong low is broken, then it will be this structure will be strong. So this will be considered as inducement. This will be considered as weak low, and then we look for a sell side trade from here. But let's see what price does. Please hit the like button. Same thing, like this is what we want to see on gold. If you go to 50 minutes, we can see price was consolidating. And this move came and swept all this liquidity, tapped the order block, and it is continuing downside, like sorry, upside. And if this breaks, then probably price will shoot to the upside. Sir, I have a general question. If higher time frame FH or impulse move, it shows imbalance in higher time frame. However, on low time frame prices equilibrium while creating large higher time imbalance. If price is creating higher time frame, this means that price is giving direction that price is going to upside. So what most people do is they try to look for that imbalance field, but that will not happen because you have to understand that imbalances are only created when there is strong push, like there is a momentum, price is giving us a direction. So what we have to do is we have to take that imbalance and we have to look for continuation trades on that side rather than looking for price to fulfill that imbalance. That will not happen. So for example, here on gold, we have this imbalance. What people try to do is they try to wait and they wait for price to fulfill this imbalance. That will not happen. Like it will happen, like price will fulfill this imbalance, but not immediately. Maybe after 2 days, 3 days, maybe after a year, even a year, we don't know, right? So for example, here we have this imbalance. Price fulfilled this imbalance on 10th April. It created on 16th April. Price fulfilled this imbalance and took out the liquidity sweep. So it's not fulfilling this imbalance. It actually tapping this breaker block, which took out the liquidity. So there are some orders which are not fulfilled. So we are missing on all these moves. This move, this move to the upside, this sell side moves. If you go to lower time frame over here, 5 minutes. So we can use that direction and look for liquidity sweep. Like price broke, gave us a change of writer, there's imbalance, and this is where we can look for buy side trades.